And I think it's live. What's up, guys? Illa here with RC CarCast episode number 20. It's been like a month, but I finally dragged Harley back in, and kicking and screaming.
Me that's been holding us back.
We got Harley and Howard here as usual, and possibly a guest. We might make some prank calls later in the show.
No.
So anyway, yeah, I've been having a lot of real life stuff lately, keeping me busy. But I assume you guys have been having fun in the interim. What's been going
on? Yeah, we've been fairly busy. Trying just lately, I guess I've been working on the Yeti pretty much constantly. I don't think I had that the last time we talked. So
no, we were still pre-Yeti on the last time we did a show.
Right. So got the Yeti. I've got a lot of it changed and worked on, so it's come along pretty nicely. And the last couple of days we've been preparing for the KCRC trailer trash comp. So that's where we'll all be pulling a trailer behind our trucks with some sort of payload in it. So that's so we had to build trailers for this. And
of course, we like single-use items around here.
Yeah. You should have just stuck a flatbed on top of the mega truck and just pulled it around.
Another great idea.
Get some use out of it.
It was keeping some dust off the one spot of Josh's shelf behind us.
Yeah, it's keeping dust from actually touching the shelf.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you went to Scale Nationals in between the last time we did the podcast, right?
Yeah, I went out to Colorado for the G6 out there.
How'd that go?
It went well. Took the Yeti out, so just had it basically and took it out. It did well. I had an electronics issue with a servo, so ended up having to do some replacement of stuff out on the course. But other than that, the car did fine. Had a lot of fun with it. Jason and I were both running them, so got a good mix of use out of them.
No fires.
No fires.
That's a relief.
There was a dead moose on the course.
Did you have to climb it?
Yep. Well, you didn't have to, but
was that a bonus gate?
It was, it was right there. So the opportunity arose. You could park a tire up on its beak and go be on your way. So, but Colorado was a good time, and I don't think I've been anywhere else.
Did you get to do any mods to the Yeti before you took it out there?
Yeah, I did. Drove it a little bit, and then I decided to start modding it pretty much right away. Locked the front end, swapped the electronics out for a sensor brushless system since I was going to be crawling with it, and went from there. That was basically all I did out of the box. But since then, done a bunch more. So it'll be a fun car. It's kind of a nice mix of parts we're used to from the Wraith and even the EXO, and some new parts as well. So
how was it right out of the box? What are the major flaws you saw?
It wasn't orange.
It did have a lack of orange. So the tires are hard. They're that same compound that we saw on the Poison Spider Wraith, and they're the same wheels basically, just a different pattern. So that same deep beating issue from the tires. Beyond that, it's an open front diff out of the box, which is probably, good for a lot of people. But being that I want to drive it on rocks, it's not as great. So other than that, it's pretty solid out of the box. It's probably the most durable thing Axial's really put out straight out of the box in a while, even when it has a big 4-pole brushless. So for $429 retail, coming with a big brushless system like that, it's pretty impressive. So
with the open front diff, is it just pretty much a
Daddy,
basher.
can you hear him?
You know, you can throw. Jason left his open and just threw some heavy fluid in it, and it worked out.
Can I see us? Daddy,
Why is Allie in a devil costume?
Daddy.
I think this is going to be her costume for Crypticon this weekend.
Oh, I
Can I
see.
see
Even the
Yeah, they can see it. Wave hi.
What this begs the question, Aaron. What are you going as?
An ogre.
I'm sorry, what am I, what?
Daddy.
What are you dress? What costume is yours going to be? Howard's getting.
I'm not wearing a costume.
Daddy.
I see.
I will be. I'm scary enough on my own that I'll just be going as myself.
Okay. Acceptable. So that's why you're not going to come race trailers with us this weekend.
Yeah, that's we've been planning this for several months, so this is gonna be an all weekend thing. Pretty
Nice.
cool. Anyway, I don't want to get too off subject, but yeah, it's not
Can
really
we get
RC
you in
related.
Crypticon?
For anyone who's wondering, it's a horror movie convention in Kansas City. Well, they do it all over the nation, but this weekend is in Kansas City, and they have movie stars and they come out like a bunch of the cast of Walking Dead is going to be there and stuff like that. So my cousin's a really big cosplay nerd, and he has a booth, so I'm going to help him run the booth and that kind of stuff. So that'll be the extent of this weekend. Sorry to bore all of our RC listeners with that.
Can you at least send us pictures of the hot chicks in costumes while we're out on the rocks?
Yeah.
Oh, there will be a lot of that.
We'll just a picture every once in a while would help.
Yeah, we'll accept that. That's an
All right,
acceptable.
I can do that.
Tell your wife I give you permission. So
Yeah.
it was a special request. So.
It's for Josh and Howard. God.
She doesn't care if I take pictures of hot chicks.
Yeah.
She's over here scowling at me. So, sorry, the open diff. How did the open diff do? They able to crawl at all?
If you throw some heavy fluid in it, it actually did pretty well.
Oh, okay.
So that's all Jason did. He thought he was probably going to leave his that way. It was, and honestly, it didn't really struggle much on anything compared to what mine was doing with a lock diff. Although I didn't really have a situation where I was hoping or wanting the open diff back either. So,
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't get super technical out on a trail, so.
Right. And if you take a reverse, it's not the biggest deal. So, there's plus. I don't have any problem with the lock diff, and I think that's what I'll stay with. But there's some new parts that Axial's got a bunch of support parts coming for it pretty much at the same time. I've got my hands on a few of those pieces already, so that they sent me to try out. I've showed a couple of them. A couple I haven't yet, but.
So Vanquish had some trailing arms and stuff already.
Yeah, I put on some Vanquish trailing arms already. They've got like a nice CNC machine steering rack for the front, some posts. Just the front steering is pretty sloppy out of the box, but I think it's more based on durability.
It's not an on-road sedan.
I'm just used to a very connected feeling,
Like
solid axle type setup.
Kind of like the trailer you're building.
My trailer is an advanced design that Howard's having a hard time wrapping his head around.
Harley can't build anything simple.
Going with the old wore-out shopping cart. We got old wore-out shopping cart wheels.
It's gonna have casters on it.
No, they're not cast.
They just wobble enough to be casters.
Oh.
Semi-swivel.
It'll be a solid. Just because mine has like actual trailing arm suspension, Howard thinks it's overcomplicated.
So I wonder if Dinky RC has had a mad rush on on trailer orders before this.
Yeah, I don't know. That's that would be an option, but
There's gonna be like people pulling flatbeds and stuff with their Camaros on the back.
yeah, I think we're hauling an egg around from what I possibly hear. So
Oh, really? So you have to be super careful not to flip.
yes. Yeah, otherwise,
Interesting.
I would have just built something that looks like an egg and drug it around. So that's
Josh is going super scale, pulling with the Ultra 4.
yeah. my 1.9 Matzilla Ultra 4 will be my tow rig, but mostly because that's really the only. I could pull it with the Yeti.
That look good.
The trailer's like this big, 4 inches long, and pulling behind that Yeti would look pretty retarded.
So I did watch one of your videos the other day, and it showed the little conversion piece that came with the Yeti to stick the body on an SCX.
Yes, yeah, it comes right in the box there. That's
amazingly cool.
Yeah, they're very cool. That's funny. I didn't think you got on YouTube anymore. So, handful of people asking, wondering if you're all right. Got sick or something.
No, we've been doing our thing. We had a little fly-in a few weeks ago. That was fun.
Yeah, I saw that.
Just come up and do some FPV, and just after that, it's been just crazy. Daughter's birthday. Then we had a different birthday before that. Just, I don't know. You guys without kids don't understand.
You guys.
Howard's got kids.
Howard knows, but he sees his family like once every 6 months, so
Hey.
he's always over at your house. Howard got a new toy. Tell us about that, Howard.
I got a couple new toys.
Yeah.
I had to go out and buy a honcho just so I wouldn't look like a dork pulling something with an Ultra 4 truck. So I could pull my trailer with my little honcho. Then bought a new little 250 millimeter quadcopter that hopefully will be flying soon. It's built, just waiting for a cord to program it. It looks like it ought to be a good lawn dart at least.
Those little 250s are pretty cool looking.
They are neat.
So that's kind of
probably. I'll be having one of those when finances allow.
I might get tired of this after I fly it once.
Yeah.
And then they'll probably be pulverized and unflyable.
Thanks. I can keep it there.
Did you tell Josh what happened to his when you brought it up to the flying barbecue?
What's that about?
What did happen? What happened to mine?
Garage door real quick, or
Whoa! What happened to my quad?
It put some marks on my barn. There's still pieces of props floating around out in my yard that I hit with the mower when I.
it was getting tuned by somebody, and it got a little too close. The quad nor the controller was in my hands, so. All we heard was
Interesting.
And all I can do is just shake my head. I'm just like, oh.
Then, shortly after that, I thought it might end up in your pool, but yeah, it moved a little farther away from that.
No matter where my stuff is, with me or not, it's causing problems for somebody.
They got it flying pretty good, though. They got it. The damage to it didn't affect its operation, so.
I just had to throw another prop or two on it.
Interesting.
Yeah, looked like it was flying all right.
It flies. It's still a little shaky. That's why I don't know if that flight controller still has an issue or not.
Oh, really?
Stupid quads.
Guys with your cheap flight controllers.
Yes, this is true. I do wish I had a NASA about now. So,
You wouldn't use it.
What's that?
I said you wouldn't use it.
He'd have me use it. He's trying to get me good enough that I can film his truck.
Yeah, that's all I want. He can have the fun if he can fill my truck for me. So, yeah, that's that quad really hasn't. Well, that quad hasn't moved since it brushed my house one day.
Then it brushed my barn.
Yeah, and brush.
I haven't hit anything with it.
Crashed the shit out of it in my yard.
No, that was because your big clodhopper landing gear you had on it. It
Whatever.
tipped over in the unmowed grass.
I've never seen Josh's grass mowed. It's always, every time I go over there, it's always like a jungle.
That is not true at all. I mow like every 4 days.
He was out there trying to talk the old lady next door into mowing for him. Come on, lady, it's a rider.
All right, talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back.
Ridiculous. Okay, new Vera Ascender.
We'll be right back with Aaron.
Yeah, Aaron got so excited he had to leave. But the new Vera Ascender, basically the only competition, only real competition for an SCX-10 in a while.
Yeah.
I mean,
What would the other competition be? The TF2?
the Sawback. Maybe. The Sawback just, you know, it didn't. It's a leaf-sprung truck, and leaf-sprung trucks are going to have inherent drawbacks.
Are you talking about that new thing already?
Yes.
You walked off on us.
So
So you just had to bring that up. You couldn't wait till I get back.
I started talking about it, and then you bolted.
Oh.
So
All right. So what's it called? Hold on, I got it.
the Vera Ascender.
Ascender.
So
K5 Blazer.
yeah, Kate, an
The
80.
Matera go upper.
Yeah.
Goes up stuff.
They had to pick a Blazer body though.
I don't know. That Blazers are cool.
Blazers are all right.
Well, maybe they could do like 8 styles of Jeep. That'd be cool.
Hey, you
They've
know,
never done that.
you know what sells?
Look, it's a blue Jeep. Look, it's a white Jeep. Look, it's a blue and green Jeep.
It should come with a Confederate flag and duct tape for the
People
seat.
like Jeep.
I'm not saying they don't.
That's
Could
why
we do
Jeep,
something other than a Jeep?
That's why Jeeps sell.
Just because you drive a Jeep.
You're arguing with the guy who drives one. You're not going to win this argument.
I'm not like a huge
It's a Jeep thing. You wouldn't understand.
No, I'm not a huge Jeep fanboy, but I totally understand the idea to sell Jeeps because Jeeps are what.
I just don't have the sticker on my Jeep yet. I do own a Jeep, too.
I'm sure it has a lot more to do with a huge licensing deal with Chrysler over that. So I think that's probably the big thing behind it.
You know, I don't know. I'm guessing they got a pretty good shake on that. But
Mhm.
either way, it's why'd they go with like a big? Now, I'm not saying people don't wheel Blazers. People do wheel Blazers and other full-size trucks like that, but it's by no means like the dominant.
Maybe they should have done another Dingo.
I'm just saying there was probably better body options to go with.
They should have done
Either way, it's just a body. Change the
Subaru Forester.
Lesboro.
Subaru Legacy.
No, body aside.
Lesboro.
The body they actually did a good job with, and it's got an injection molded grill. It's got nice detail on the grill. So they did a good job with it, and you know, even with the body choice, it's a nicely done body.
What would you rather have, like a Bronco?
I would want a Bronco, early Bronco,
Bronco
not,
2.
not an OJ Bronco.
That's a, yeah.
No.
Why are you going to call it an OJ Bronco? He's not the only one that drove that style of Bronco.
See, is it because he's black? The whole the chassis is steel, like the SCX-10, which is nice for the guys who do plan to weld on it. It's got an adjustable wheelbase. Do you see that?
I don't know. Their website is really
It's
unwieldy.
interesting. But it's got an adjustable wheelbase. So the whole chassis it's actually 4 pieces rather than just 2 frame rails. So the 2 frame rails or the 2 halves slide and adjust the width or adjust the length, and then the links come with spacers freaking everywhere on them.
I saw that in a picture.
Yeah, so you use like long ass set screws with spacers that you slide over a base link, which I understand why they did it. It's, you know, they only have to include so many things, but I really hate spacers over links.
It really looks like an SCX10 with the shell off.
Yeah, it does. You know, it's here's one really. They did a couple of things. They wanted to make the axles more scale, so they made that pumpkin smaller. Awesome. However, in the process of that, without making the gears super tiny, you know, like very, you know, too small or a small diameter pinion, they ended up with almost no reduction in the axle at all. I mean, it's almost 1-to-1 out of the axle. The whole truck, the overall gear ratio it shows in the truck is like 7-to-1.
That's an all ass.
Yeah, that's nothing. I think an SCX10's around 28-to-1, 25-to-1, 28-to-1. Somewhere pretty close to that range. I don't know off the top of my head, but it's. I mean,
maybe they're competing with the slashes with these.
You're gonna if you run a 55-turn motor, you're gonna be pretty quick. It's so.
It is. It's a good-looking rig, man. I'm looking at it.
Yeah, it's got like a more realistic style axle with a diff cover, kind of like a Wraith, but the diff cover also is actually the retainer for the ring gear, so it doesn't have like a diff cover and then bearing caps, which is I don't care for how they did that exactly, but again, whatever. Got a kind of a cool styled knuckles and things like that. They're fairly scale looking. Shock towers and things were molded in a way that looks fairly similar to some of the fabrication styles of full size stuff. 3-link with panhard up front with the chassis mounted servo.
It is stock panhard, isn't it?
Yeah. So that's
they've been paying attention.
Yeah, absolutely. The guys over at Vetera they're Losi guys, and the guys at Losi have been on the board for quite a while.
We won't hold that against them.
And so it's an interesting truck, and I think the aftermarket can jump on board right away.
No, it looks cool. It does look promising. We'll see how durable it is.
Yeah, I had posted up and said, some thoughts about the truck and things like that. And one of the Vetera reps, who used to be the Losi rep, jumped on there. He's like, "Oh, thanks for all the comments, guys. Even Harley's." Since I've taken a pretty large dump on the Vetera twin hammers because I hated that goddamn truck.
You tell them just to send you one. It might change your mind.
Yeah. I will. You can severely judge my. No.
His opinion isn't worth that much.
Yeah, it's. I'm interested in getting one. I will have one way or another. I did buy the Vetera twin hammers, and maybe that's why I hated it so much. Yeah.
I had to spend money on this.
Yeah. God damn it! But the.
What tires are on it? It looks like Swamper.
Yes, Super Swampers. They're licensed, whole deal. Honestly, what I hated so much about the twin hammers was it sucked to work on. You worked on it a little bit. It wasn't that bad. That was terrible. The access on it was as bad as the EXO. So, the hardware was another huge thing. It's stripped if you just kind of looked at it funny. So I just hope that they look at a few of those things and do some stuff there.
That was Josh trying to use a flat screwdriver to fix all the Phillips hardware. Pliers on the nuts.
Pliers on the nuts. That's a big issue for you.
Yeah. That was actually what he's talking about makes sense because back when I was racing, I've only bought one Losi race car, and because it was a superior car, but the hardware was garbage. I replaced so many ball studs, it made me sick of it, and I sold the thing, and I have never owned a Losi since.
Yeah, I mean,
it's things like that you don't think about, but when you skimp, on just materials for that stuff, I mean, it makes a big difference to people.
The hardware was. It just pissed me off to work on
regardless of how good the car is, if if the hardware is breaking all the time or making it difficult to work on, it's going to make you not want the product.
Right. The one thing that I'm glad that they did with the Vetera stuff versus the old Losi stuff, or the old Losi stuff, whatever, was metric hardware versus standard.
Oh yeah.
That was always something that pissed me off so bad.
The racing community, they're still going over to metric. I mean, the newest associated car I think is metric, but all the other stuff is still standard sizes. So
Really.
yeah, they're going away from it though. All the later generation stuff will all be metric.
Yeah, let's hope so. It's
Well, these were U.S. companies originally, so
right. Now I'm aware of that, but it's still just annoying.
Josh's economy.
The metric system's so much better than our system.
I like that.
I agree.
3, maybe a 4.
How about a 10? Everything's 10. 10, 10, 10. Garbage standard system. So the truck as a whole looks good. Suspension, 3-link front, 4-link rear. Axles look pretty scaled. The rear's got more of a straight tube set up.
Hopefully it will have Losi's awesome shocks on it. They do a good job on that stuff.
Yeah, that is true. Hopefully, that's a good point. If the Twin Hammers is any indication, it will not. So the freaking Twin Hammers had the adjusters, the preload adjusters that use the screw to tighten down.
Oh yeah, the old school stuff.
Gold pin.
Yeah. So but the only thing I'm worried about is how quickly Vetera has been discontinuing things. So,
Really?
Yeah.
What did they discontinue?
Oh, they discontinued a bunch of their cars. What was the
rally cars or something, or
the Glamis, right?
Yeah, the Uno, the single seater got discontinued.
Right. And
It's almost like I don't know. That stuff's weird. It's almost. I mean, it was barely marketed. I didn't even know some of those existed until Doug from Big Squid pointed them out to me. I'd never even heard of the thing. So
you spend the money to build them, and then it's like if they don't sell right away, they just
And granted, they reuse a lot of the parts, but
right.
That Glamis Uno, I think that was a way better looking car than the one that they came out with after that.
Four-seat.
Fear?
Yeah.
Right? Glamis Fear? But, is what it is. So, it's just things like that kind of make you wonder how much you want to jump behind a product when that's their possible reputation.
Well, yeah. If you're somebody like VP, you're hoping that they're invested in it for a while. If you're going to spend a bunch of money making stuff.
Exactly. This side of the market, or the hobby, seems to really embrace aftermarket.
Oh yeah.
Just almost like probably more so than the T-Max crowd, E-Max crowd. Those guys like to bolt every purple energy upgrade they can find on them. Superchargers.
Or polish it all where it's gigantic
aluminum
piece of chrome.
Exactly. Where it belongs in those Facebook groups. So I'm looking forward to that, and I think the release date's actually coming up really soon. They didn't.
I was thinking the 28th or something.
Yeah, they didn't. It was pretty much right away.
So, I don't know. If I'm Axial and I've been kind of alone in this market, there's been a few people kind of encroach, but not real serious competitors. Somebody like Vetera steps up with something that looks pretty promising. They're probably like...
They might come out with another Jeep.
That can sell. Yeah,
I think it's going to be yellow this time. Yellow Jeep.
The SCX line has been super solid.
They've definitely gotten some mileage out of it. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah, they have. I mean,
what they need to upgrade is just put the race style knuckles on the SCX-10.
I mean, if they're gonna do that,
make some new universals for the front.
If they're gonna do that, they could do an axle. If they're gonna mold a new case just for the ends. They might as well mold a whole new case.
The little mini AR-60.
You know,
Yeah.
everyone,
A narrowed AR-60.
and that's a legitimate, request. That would be I really like the AR-60 style design.
I'm surprised that they haven't, because that axle, man, it's been around a long time.
It has, but I mean, axle molds are expensive, so it doesn't surprise me that they don't just jump right into, remold, spending a bunch of money on a kit that would be the only difference. So it.
I think you're gonna do a Jeep Patriot next.
Liberty. I bet they're killing it with the Yeti right now.
They can save some money. They'll do a unitub, a little unibody.
I'd like to know how that thing's selling.
The Yeti's is sold like crazy. I got to hear the numbers that Tower had on back order. It was pretty impressive.
So they're drawing in more than the Scalar crowd on that.
Yeah, I definitely think so. But I'm guessing that most of it is previous Axial owners, So it's just a lot of those guys that want something like that. So I think that'll be cool. Hopefully they get here soon. Has
there been a super shortage on them?
There's been some transportation issues in getting them here quickly. So I think right now it's sitting at early September, which is not far from when is the new Vatera supposed to be here?
I thought it said the 28th.
Of this month?
I think so. Let me see if I can find that in.
Damn it. I don't have the money to buy one. If they could go ahead and push that back, that would help me.
Maybe if you hadn't said all that bad stuff, they might just give you one.
I haven't said anything bad about this one yet. I said I'd set aside all preconceived notions.
No, all bridges were burned with the twin hammers.
I bet I could sell my Mega Truck. It's yes, they are aware of my thoughts on the twin hammers, but I've had some emailing back and forth with one of the product guys over there. Like he sent me an email one day, just be like, hey, I noticed you're not a big fan of the twin hammers. Mind let me know why? We bounced emails back and forth and
started out. I had to pay retail.
Eric gave me a discount.
Eric at Hobbytown?
Yeah, Hobbytown USA on North Oak in Kansas City. Thank you. No.
At 459-9950.
We're big fans of Hobbytown USA on North Oak in Kansas City because they help us out.
Yeah.
That's where I purchased my latest honcho.
Was it at Hobbytown USA on North Oak Traffic Way in Kansas City?
I spoke to one of the friendly staff.
Eric's getting some mileage out of this one, isn't he?
Maybe someday we can have him on as a guest.
Yeah, we should. I think he's a pro racer, man. He's sponsored and stuff.
He is. Then we bring one.
It's 8 scale on road. There's only like 5 people that do that. But.
Right.
5 people can afford or want to spend the money to do
that.
Yeah. Very big. What is it? 8 scale gas cars? On road gas cars?
Yeah.
Yep. Like the Lola style cars.
They race
the ones that cost as much as real cars.
Right. Yep. So it's either way. I'm looking forward to all that stuff, and it'll be. I've got ECSC coming up, East Coast Scale Championships coming up in 2 weeks.
Oh, you're gonna go hang out with Super Shafty?
Yeah. Yep. Gonna go hang out with Rick from Super Shafty and Steve Brown.
Oh my God.
Yeah. It's
where's that one at?
Pennsylvania.
I haven't heard from Steve since he kicked me out of his Clash of Clans guild, so I think he thinks I'm mad at him or something.
No. My base is doing pretty good. We've been doing pretty well. Clan Wars here lately.
The only way to win at that game is to not play.
The only way to what?
The only way to win at that game is to not play.
Well, I must be a winner. I'm the world champion.
You are. I'm close second.
Yep. Playing's pretty good. It's pretty impressive. Fast Eddie's in there. Fast Eddie's bearings.
Yeah.
Yep.
He's kicking the crap out of little Korean kids.
Oh, Fast Eddie's hilarious. He's awesome. So, yep. Good times. You been actually working on anything over
there? It's like a lot of building bicycles and trampolines and things like that. I did pull the, you can see it over my shoulder here. I got the RC10 Classic out. I'm going to go ahead and finish that up. If I ever get a free moment.
You decide what you're going to put in it for electronics?
No, I have no idea.
Resistor style speed control and a...
I would if it came with it, but they didn't send one.
Yeah.
Just I got. I'm going to be doing something here soon because Jim sent me some of those new lights that VP put out that like burn your retina lights.
Yeah, they're dumb bright.
I need a couple of those for the front of the new honcho that I picked up from Hobbytown on North Oak.
650 lumens or something ridiculous, all right?
Yeah, 350, 700 volt. But they've got like a focused beam on them, so they project out in just daylight. Me and Jerry were racing out at Goat Hill a couple of weeks ago, and you couldn't hardly drive the truck towards yourself, though, was the problem. You kind of had to like look away from the truck a little bit as you drove it towards you, just so you didn't blind yourself. It was pretty impressive. You wouldn't make it out that day. It was too hot for you.
I was busy also.
Yeah.
That was the grandson's first birthday.
Grandson. You guys hear that?
Yeah.
Grandson. Howard is old as...
Keep it up. Well, speaking of you, as furry as you are, and they still wouldn't even serve you beer, sell you beer at a grocery store. Did you hear that, Aaron?
I missed that, sorry.
Josh got carded and couldn't buy beer because he didn't have his license with him. What kind of free bastard wouldn't be 21 years old?
Yeah, of course I was in the express lane, and it was at the actual grocery store. Nicole's gone, and she's in Chicago for like 10 days. So, last night last night I came down the
Shady lady.
Last night I came down to the shop, got all the stuff done, went upstairs to go to bed, and kind of sitting up there, and man, I'm kind of hungry. Ah, shit, I forgot to eat dinner. So she wasn't here to make food, so I just totally forgot. And so today I was like, oh, I need to go to the store and get some things.
So you don't notice she's gone until you get hungry.
Yeah.
You're like, something's different. I don't know what. I can't put my finger on it. Oh, I haven't eaten.
No one's complaining for me to come upstairs and spend quality time with them. So I, just forget to eat.
When I get called for quality time, I drop everything and run.
No, I should.
There were different qualities.
He lets me spend plenty of time down here with Howard.
That is quality time.
No.
What?
Yeah, yesterday we were down here working the shop building trailers, and I had my phone plugged into the stereo to listen to Pandora, and she called, so I swiped it to answer, and I immediately prefaced by, hey, by the way, you're on speakerphone, and Howard and John are here. Just to let her know. Anyway, we're just talking to her, and Howard starts throwing in, he took a sick day today, right?
Sick days when you work in the shop all day.
Yeah.
I figured that was going to be the first thing she asked you.
No, did not do that. Very busy at work lately. Yeah. Working on huge projects in Wichita, Kansas.
Try out the new toilet paper, make sure it's still soft on your bottom.
Wichita.
I don't know what you think I do.
Nothing.
Very busy.
You draw pictures on the computer.
Yes, I do.
Look at this.
Pictures.
I did have a meeting request come up for a meeting that I was supposed to have at your office, Aaron.
What?
Yeah, some meeting that they were hosting at your office. So it's like a public speaking type group that I'm also in, so that I can spend more time talking.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah, no,
We work for companies, and well, you
so,
design roads, and the company I work for drives on them, so I don't know.
right. Yeah, no, it wasn't directly related, but I was like, Aaron works there. You go to lunch. But you probably only be able to go once a month, something like that.
Me? Nah, holler at me.
So, I don't know. I've got, I do have to finish my trailer tonight.
It's never going to work.
It will work. Promise it will work.
Dumbest idea ever.
Not the dumbest idea.
It's going to be like towing an anchor behind his truck.
Are we going to reveal what it is, or?
We'll take pictures and laugh on Saturday.
All right.
I asked him.
What will we take? What will we take?
Pictures.
Pictures.
I asked
There,
him last night.
There's that C we were looking for.
Go fuck yourself. I asked him last night. I said, you're always posting pictures on Facebook of your upcoming builds and things you're working on. I said, where's all the pictures of this fucking wonderful trailer? But yet he was afraid he'd lose followers when they saw that.
Oh.
Like, what the hell is that thing?
I'm not saying it's my best work.
He got partway done with it. He's like, build me an axle. I said, no. So then he goes back to his shitty idea.
We're going to be on skids or something, like a G.I. Joe vehicle or something.
He would be better off going to Walmart and buying a plastic farm trailer or something, that one of the little die-cast models that he could pull behind it.
An Erdl.
Horrible.
No, it's not horrible.
I had the best idea ever for a trailer, but of course we're doing it last minute and don't have the parts lying around. I thought since this trailer trash, we needed to get a solid rear axle and a pickup bed and actually make a little cut-off pickup trailer.
I think Tyler has one of those.
He did have one of those. You're right. Remember that. One of our scale meets out at Jeff's place.
Yeah, he was pulling it behind a pacer. It was like perfect.
Yes. And so
I have a headache now over that whole picture thing.
you know, lack of brain cells will make you say picture. And so just be careful.
It's that Missouri accent.
Yeah.
I'm sure you pronounce everything correctly, Josh.
Yes.
He can't. Well, what is it? What's the word? He always pronounces it weird.
Damn it.
Genre. He says genre.
Rather than genre.
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 Gene Reed. Got that Gene Reed? Jeaner? Whatever.
So there, you have a word you can make fun of him.
Yeah. I'll wait for Howard to start throwing that one around.
What's that?
Genre. Genre.
Genre.
Well, I'm sad you won't be able out there to compete with us, Aaron. Not that you scratch anything up you had, so.
I don't have any trailers anyway.
We can whip you one up. We did one last night in like 20 minutes.
I'll bend me some sheet metal and stick an axle underneath.
You should have seen Howard's welds.
Whatever.
Really special.
He started out and he was taking two pieces of 24 gauge sheet metal together, which isn't the easiest thing in the world. And he started out and he just put a nice, good looking, clean weld down on these two pieces. Like, oh, look at that. Like, oh, I was pretty impressed. And then he did the other side.
It was luck.
Yeah. He was trying to fill a gap, and it was...
Still got done. Still looks good. It'll be just fine.
Uh-huh. So...
We're using Josh's super duper awesome welder.
His overthought piece of shit trailer. I think the wheels are going to fall off.
They're not going to fall off.
They're going to be rubbing the trailer too bad.
They'll fall off, but it'll be because he only used 2 screws to hold them on.
Yeah.
He intentionally leaves screws out of things when he builds stuff.
Now, I will say that I did get some use out of the original Latrax rally car shocks on this trailer.
We still haven't raced those. We need to do that.
I know. I was going to suggest it for tonight. But
your wife would let you leave.
We're going to have to do like a special weekend show or something to do that.
Agreed.
I got the Mustangs running so I can get it out of the shop now.
Nice. Yeah,
I said running. Sorry about that. Running. I got the Mustang running.
It's running.
It's running.
But yeah, it used the stock Latrax shocks for the trailing arm suspension. And
the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen.
Not. I'm just saying.
Horrible idea.
Here's the thing. No matter how bad this trailer turns out, I will outdrive the shit out of Howard.
No.
I'm surprised you didn't fab the whole thing with a 3D printer.
You know, I thought about that, but that would have just been cheating. So.
I saw that they sell the substrate down at Micro Center the other day. Or not the substrate, but whatever you call that stuff.
Filament? Ah, interesting.
The filament.
They
have a whole rack of that stuff.
That is good to know.
You could also build an entire quadcopter out of their DIY section there. And it could be solar powered. You could completely fashion a robot out of all the stuff they have out there.
That Micro Center?
Yes.
Interesting.
They have a huge amount of stuff.
Do they have KK2s?
They do have flight controllers there. I don't know what they are.
Could you find that out? Because the 450 is going to need one.
I have a nozzle light sitting here in a box.
Really? Oh, because you bought it for the GPS.
Yep.
What do you want for it?
I'd sell it to you for $50.
Josh.
Done.
Josh, we need $50.
I'll take it.
All right.
So.
I think 450 needs a new one.
Yeah. That'll.
It's got a twitch like Josh.
It walks a little funny. Yeah.
It's got some bad ankles.
It's handy capable as well.
Handy capable.
It's not a disability. No. So.
It's a character builder.
Exactly. But yeah, so I've got to get some stuff ready for ECSC and this weekend and drive the piss out of the Yeti some more. I crashed the hell out of it.
We should prank call Steve.
We haven't done that in a while.
No.
That's I don't remember how I did that last time. Did I use Nicole's phone, I think?
I got one you could use.
You used Google Voice or something, didn't you?
I have to bring my work phone.
You have to bring your work phone. Video. Whatever.
I think there's a dialer right out of Hangouts now.
I thought we tried that and it didn't work.
Yeah, let's see.
You know, he doesn't know your voice.
Uber conference. Yeah, he does.
Just your sweet tone when you talk dirty to him.
Inappropriate.
He calls me up all the time and asks if I'm Revis Concepts.
What'd you tell him? Like,
apparently him and that guy don't get along that well or something. So
you need this shirt.
yeah, I saw the shirts. I got my own shirt. This thing's not working. Oh well.
Yeah, son of a bitch.
It's when I logged on to the Hangout tonight. I
Don't
noticed.
fuck that wheel up.
Nope.
Show Aaron that.
What? I have a wheel here, Aaron.
Show him up close so you can see that.
Why?
It's a beautiful design. I think you might want some.
I think he's pretty set. So, the I don't even know.
What kind of wheels are those?
Hot, sexy. Show him. Show him the wheel.
It's a good-looking wheel.
That's fine. I don't like it. I can have an opinion.
Where did that come from?
It was
It was
given to me
sent to him by a fellow RC manufacturer.
to see if it would work on the radio wheel adapters, but it's a little too heavy.
And I don't care for the style of it.
It gives the radio a severe twitch when you let go of it, because like a VP wheel is light enough that when you turn it and let go, it'll give it a little back and forth because of the inertia of the wheel. But this one gives the truck straight up Tourette's. They're a wet dog. Every time you let off the steering wheel,
Like your trailer's going to be.
my trailer is going to kick your ass.
You're not even going to get it done tonight.
Did you get that new Futaba radio?
The 4PX?
Yeah.
I should have the 4PX by the end of the month, I think.
I was looking.
Ended up in a creek somewhere, a $10 challenge, so they refused to send him one.
I did.
Speaking of that, Miley Cyrus is in town tonight.
Really? Is this her makeup trip from when she got sick?
I don't know.
Not that I know anything about that.
Did you have tickets? You got to use them?
Shut it. So yes, I am waiting on my 4PX still. Looking forward to getting it. I was talking to the Futaba guys the other day about it, and they were playing around with it, and it is interesting.
You probably gave him my idea for the Dead Man Switch, didn't you?
You know what they did do, Aaron? They made it where you have to get a different receiver for this. It will not work with any of the other ones.
It will work with all of the other ones.
Oh, they finally followed Spectrum.
I didn't mean to. Hey, there's my cat.
That's a fine-looking pussy you got there.
It will work with all of the old receivers. The telemetry, all that. It also plays MP3s and has a headphone jack.
Well, that's important.
What?
Yeah.
It plays MP3s?
You plug your headphones in.
I guess they're doing that cross deal. Since you got radio deals you can drive with your phone, now you can listen. Listen while you drive.
Make a phone call with your transmitter.
Now, here's the thing: is that
it's like a cordless telephone, just 2.4 gigahertz.
it's the bag phone.
When you're at home, it doubles as a phone. But that's not all.
Walking around the park carrying a radio. Jogging.
He's holding a gun to his head. You're like, hello?
How does this thing work?
No.
Cops tackle you.
You can listen to MP3s and things like that, but it also has audible voice alerts for things that you.
Let me tell you what that is missing. A GoPro. It needs a freaking GoPro in it.
It does. Hey, it does work on a timing light for your car. The cordless timing light.
Whoever is not putting a camera in one of these radios is missing the boat.
As cheap as HD cameras can be had, and as expensive as these high-end radios are, it wouldn't surprise me.
They tried it first, but the camera was pointed right at your crotch.
Just needs a GoPro mount on the bottom.
Yes.
And then you can connect to it by Bluetooth, and you can control it from the radio. Or you have a viewfinder on the screen for the radio.
It's a beautiful colored display that is on this new one.
That's what caught my eye about it, was the display. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, nice. It also has a micro SD card port, so software updates and things like that should be easy, and as well as transferring setups, which will be great for me because I can just upload all my setups and let people download them and put them right in their radio.
Doesn't have Wi-Fi.
It does not have Wi-Fi.
It's got a 2.4 transmitter. It just needs a receiver.
Yeah. Did you get the Verizon option or the AT&T option?
CDMA. No, it just needs to be cellular. It just goes up to the control it over the cellular network, and you can just drive your car from across the state.
Hey, that'd work for you since you never come to anything.
Oh yeah. Good idea.
Yeah. Off topic, iPhone 6 coming out pretty soon, September 9th.
Yeah, I'm hoping to make an upgrade to that.
Yeah, I think I'm going to get rid of my Note 2 and go back to Apple. So, the larger version of the iPhone is I think it's going to come out a little bit later, so I may have to wait a little bit longer.
Yeah, I want that too. I'm blind. I need a bigger screen.
Are you wanting a phone that's going to be more brittle than your trailer?
Listen, I've had both now. I've had the Android and I've had the Apple. And this Android is bullshit. Going back to Apple, everything just works. Ugh, stupid ass thing. I love the screen on this phone.
You want it broke?
No, that's the corner, but the screen is unaffected by that. So, I'm ready to get rid of this goddamn phone. So, I do see we have some comments, Aaron.
We do? People are listening?
Why is there a problem with Revis Concepts?
Where's that at?
Yeah, I'm kidding. Someone made it to the... Let's see. So far, it's just one guy commenting 3 times. So, no big deal. He posts the same thing 3 times.
I don't have a problem with previous concepts.
Correct. So anyway, well, I've got nothing else, Aaron. You have anything else?
Nope.
You have anything to plug?
I'm going to plug my phone into the charger. Done. Nope. Just catch me on YouTube, Evil Villain RC. Go out to the RC CarCast Facebook page and give us a like. We're hovering around, 400, 500-ish? Something like that.
So
507 likes. We need some more.
yeah, not bad. I would agree. We need more.
Not as many as Josh.
Are you talking about my nearly 4,000 likes? Is that what you're referring to? Or my nearly 7,000 YouTube subscribers?
Are all of yours in Africa and Malaysia?
I have not paid for a single one of those.
Maybe we should give away his Yeti for getting to a certain amount of likes on the page.
Yeah. If we
Get us
hit,
contact and we'll give it away.
let's see.
We'll give away his PIN number. If we hit 600.
Nice. Yeah, I'll accept that. So, all right. Well,
All right, then.
okay, that's it. It's good to be back. Hopefully, you're available in the future sometime.
Yeah, I'm gonna try and do that.
Yeah.
See you before the end of September.
Yeah. Watch for episode 21 coming soon in 2015.
We got there's a Goat Hill event in September, right? Another big one.
I don't know, is there?
Is that
You tell us.
with King of the Goats coming up?
King of the Goats, yeah.
That's when Napoleon kicked your ass.
I'll definitely be there for King of the Goats.
Fuck off.
Looking forward to that.
I would like to, yes, King of the Goats. Looking forward to it as well.
Keeping your ass in.
So you guys from out of state, if you can make it in, King of the Goats is always a really good event. Lots of fun.
Yes. Crawlapalooza is coming up in October. And let's see, ECSC, the RC Four-Wheel Drive Scale event, is out in Pennsylvania. If any of you guys are out that way, it's the...
I can't believe Steve's going there instead of to Crawlapalooza.
You should ask Steve how much you would have to pay him for him to go back to Oklahoma.
He said he almost died there.
Yes. Now, you have to just take everything Steve says like that and dial it back about 50% and then cut that in half. But now I will say that after my little water ballet, I did get pretty effing sick the ride home and for about a day and a half after that.
Stay out of the water. Stay out of the water, kids.
Yeah, the water down there probably not the best for you.
I was gargling with that shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's what happened to your hair.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened to him.
Hey, Aaron, did you get your invitation to go to that comp out there in Pennsylvania? Aaron, I mean, Joshy, I thought I was going to send him out and take us with him. But
I have not heard.
I'm getting paid.
then you can afford to pay for us to go.
Incorrect, sir.
So, I think that's garbage.
All right. Well, let's race some rally cars sometime
Yeah, I'm ready.
so I can sell this thing. No, I'm just kidding.
Don't worry, it's not worth anything. You can't sell it.
Ken Block's going bye-bye.
Oh, really? Thought you
Yeah.
were so happy with that little thing.
I never
it's a
drive
great
it.
decision.
I put rally tires on it, but it's literally been driven like once.
Yeah, that after seeing your little quick spin around that thing, was pretty much my reaction as well. The exposed spur gear by the rear wheel was the the big.
Yeah, it's pretty much just a pan car, four-wheel drive pan car.
Right. All right. Sounds good. We're dragging this thing out.
Okie dokie. Catch you guys next time.
See you later.
See ya.